Hi, Bill Cates here, and I have a new word for you. Compellevant. How compellevant are you? You know what I mean by compellevant, don't you? Well, compellevant is it's a word I made up. It's a combination of the word relevant and compelling. And it has to do with your value proposition, meaning is your value proposition, how you talk about your value in short ways and longer ways, relevant and compelling? Relevant to attract someone's attention, to make sure that what you're talking about fits their world, right? If what you say, how you reach out to a prospect or a client or a center of influence is not relevant to their world, immediately relevant, then you've pretty much lost your shot at getting their attention, whether you've been referred to them or not. And of course, it has to be compelling, meaning it has to create action. It has to move people towards the next logical step that you want them to take, whatever that may be. If you're not getting your emails returned or voicemails returned, or people aren't doing what you'd like them to do, then perhaps your value proposition is not relevant enough and or not compelling enough to have them take the next step. So how does one create a relevant value proposition? Well, there's a lot that goes into it, but in a nutshell, there's really two levels. There's the macro level, which is you deciding on who you serve the best, who your ideal client is, and then crafting pretty much everything you do to make sure that you attract those types of people into your world. So you're saying the right things. In fact, a good value proposition is compelling and repelling, meaning it's qualifying, right? Not everybody's a good match for the work you do. So you want to make sure you talk about the value in a way that the people that you want to bring in come in, and the folks that you don't want in don't come in. And that's all about being relevant on a macro scale. And then, of course, the micro scale is how you get ready for that email, that phone call, that meeting with a prospective client, be it through a referral or not. And with referrals, you get the warm research, meaning you talk to the referral source. So you get to know about this person, and you learn things that you can't find from cold research. Cold research also has its value. It's where you go to their LinkedIn profile or their website and just Google their name and see what comes up, learn about their business or themselves, and then you're prepared. And anything you say to them, be it in an email, a voicemail, when you get together, will be more relevant to them, and it'll attract their attention and brings them in to your world. And of course, you always want to remain relevant throughout the conversation. And then compelling, again, is how you create action, how you create movement, and that usually gets created through emotion, generally speaking. Now, look, you can have very compelling statistics and very compelling reasons, logical reasons why someone should take an action. But ultimately, when someone decides to do business with you, it's pretty much an emotional decision. At that junction point, that tipping point is pretty much an emotional. I trust you. I can trust him. I trust her, etc. Right? So compellevant really essentially means you continue to be relevant. You continue to be compelling, and if you do that long enough, well enough, then you get into the quadrant where you're compelling and relevant, and they'll take a look at what you have to say, and they'll continue to listen to you and take the next step. So I'm writing a new book on this topic, if you haven't figured that out yet, and the word compellevant is going to be at the heart of that. We want to make sure we craft this value proposition that's relevant, compelling. It's really the ultimate value proposition, is a proposition that moves someone to take action on whatever that action is that you want them to take. Hope you found this helpful. Make sure you sign up for our YouTube channel, because we come out with a lot of hopefully valuable to you, high content videos on a regular basis. So I'll leave you with a question. Who are you going to be introduced to today?